This episode of Return of the Living Podcast is brought to you by Haunt Nation Magazine. Haunt Nation is a free website for Halloween and horror addicts covering prop house tours, SFX makeup tips, pro and home haunted attraction reviews, exciting contests, conventions, exclusive member downloads, and much, much more. And it's free. Just go to www.hauntnationmag.com.
Coming at you from the 245 Trioxin Studios, this is Return of the Living Podcast.
And welcome everyone to another episode of Return of the Living Podcast. We're your hosts. I'm Jared Howe.
I'm Corker Patrick.
I'm Brad Banforth.
And I'm Larry.
I thought
Yay!
it was the Larry.
He said last
Last
No,
time I was
say
here,
Larry,
it was
you
the Larry.
say the Larry.
The Larry?
Yeah, like The Rock. We went
The
over this
Larry.
like
I don't-
4 episodes ago.
Yeah.
Can you smell what the Larry is cooking?
Smells like skink.
So, Corey, interesting time off of the show. You wrestled the world's longest wrestling match with Skeeter Jackson.
Also, for our
Something like
viewers,
that.
we released those backwards online, so he traveled time to do that. But yes,
It was awesome. We talked about some of the highlights that were going on during our last show. And one of my favorites was when you guys were doing the world's longest headlock. Skeeter Jackson tried to get out of it by doing the good old finger in the butthole and in your nose, and you just took it like a champ.
Not only took it, I moaned for an hour.
you haven't seen that episode yet, have you?
I mean, you know.
I pulled it up and was like, eh. It's best if I don't know what goes on when I'm not here.
That's true.
Well,
We had-
welcome back anyway.
We had strippers last week.
I know that when I'm not here, it get higher view counts, so it's okay.
But
Is that a real thing?
is that?
I don't know. I guess we'll find out.
I guess.
We'll see what happens. I think they like the legend of you better than you. Is that what it is?
I'm still the Ecuadorian champion.
We talked about that before I mentioned your longest wrestling match ever.
Truth.
So we got a lot of shenanigans to get into.
We do.
I saw a church sign on my way here that said 50 Shades of Grace.
Hmm.
And I was
just
like,
imagine nuns and priests in bondage.
I don't like that's kind of I feel like that's a ballsy move for a church. I don't know, like they're even just mentioning it, but is that something you guys are taking any ladies to see on Valentine's Day?
No.
taking the
Fuck
wife and
no,
kids,
No.
Though my wife refuses to watch it.
My wife is begging me to take her, and I refuse.
If it were narrated by Gilbert Godfrey, I'd totally go.
As would I.
Best shit ever.
My
Or
wife
wait,
doesn't get into that
Bobcat
stuff.
Goldthwait or Gilbert Godfrey? Are
Gilbert.
they the same person?
Hell no.
Gilbert Godfrey's way better, I feel like.
He actually didn't he read an excerpt from the book online?
Yeah, you can look that up. It's Gilbert Godfrey reads 50 Shades of Grey. It's maybe the funniest thing that's ever happened on YouTube.
Really?
Yeah.
I wonder
He
if
said-
there's one of Samuel L. Jackson doing it.
There's one of Christopher Walken reading Where the Wild Things Are, which is amazing.
I'm down for that.
Do you show that to your kids?
I don't think they've seen that one yet. They might. They might have. I can't really remember.
You should play Go the Fuck to Sleep for him. Have you seen that one?
Yes, I have. With LeVar Burton.
No, Samuel L. Jackson reads it.
Oh well, LeVar Burton reads it too.
Oh, does he?
He read it for charity, actually.
LeVar Burton.
Dude, he's trying everything to stay relevant.
He is. I actually read some interesting.
Brought Reading Rainbow back, which is pretty sweet.
Well, I saw some news, quote unquote, about that, and I guess somebody looked into it, and most of the money was going to him. And yes, he did bring Reading Rainbow back, but I guess it kind of worked like a normal charity where like 0.025% goes towards the charity and the rest just goes to their pocket.
Well, I think I read the same thing, and it was something along the lines of the majority of it's for a new Reading Rainbow app.
Oh, yeah, that's
and
what
the
it was.
app is being designed for inner city children to use for free, but it's not really free because the taxpayers are still paying for it.
Well,
and some
it was-
bullshit. So like they're
It was
getting,
mostly Kickstarter. How are the
yeah. So like the
taxpayers paying for it?
Kickstarter apparently was for the app design and build to get it all off the ground, and then now they got to pay for it for taxes.
Shame on you, LeVar Burton.
Yeah. Go fuck yourself.
Take a look. It's in a book. Go fuck yourself.
And
Lols.
so, in other news, Larry bought a massive laptop and was talking about, he asked on Facebook
I did.
You're like, I never play any video games. Make me some recommendations. And there was immediately one I thought of that I mentioned was DayZ. And to try and sell you on it, I've amassed this old YouTube video. We're probably like 2 years old talking about this. But a little background, DayZ is...
I do know Daisy.
Okay, you're aware of it.
I don't
so
think it exists anymore.
it does. I think it does.
Does it?
Yeah.
I thought that got pulled from Steam not too long ago.
Oh, did it?
Yeah, I thought so.
Why?
Why?
Or how?
I know one of the zombie games got pulled from Steam.
Daisy wasn't. Well, it was sort of.
But
It was more
I
of
just-
the sandbox.
I
Go ahead.
really wanted to play it just because I heard you could like zip tie people's hands and force feed them rat poison and all kinds of crazy shit.
Yeah.
But the War Z pulled from Steam. That's different than
War Z, not
DayZ.
DayZ,
Yeah.
yeah.
But
Close.
this video is called "A Firefighter Saved My Life." It happened in real time. A guy was just recording his playthrough of DayZ, and it's a wonderful thing. I think we should all take a moment to watch it and see if we can sell you on DayZ. So I guess should we gather around Brad's computer for the viewing? Let's do this. I wanna. This is 2 years later. This still makes me laugh. It's in the Facebook chat we always do, by the way. If that's easy.
No, I thought I was
Do not go marching in today. It's a time for
You YouTube ads. Nobody.
I put ads on some of our videos.
Just have a shovel. That's all I have. Don't worry. It's all good.
So you're gonna put this in the
Yeah.
Let me get a look at you, Sonny.
I'm not trusting you with that fucking hatchet.
You stay where you are.
I'm-
If I wanted to kill you, I'd take out my gun and I'd shoot you. I wouldn't go up to you.
Okay. Fair enough.
Alright.
Fair enough.
I'm just trying to...
Fair enough.
Alright. Could you kneel down for me?
Yeah, sure thing.
Fucking split his wig.
One more.
Dude, behind you.
Get away from him!
Oh. It's cool. He was being friendly. Fire axe, dude. He was chill. He was being respectful. Respectful bandit. Dude.
How dare you? How dare you? Now you get away from me. Hey, I don't want to have to shoot you. You seem like a nice guy.
He's carrying a fire extinguisher?
Yeah, he's got a fire extinguisher.
Is somebody really talking?
Yeah. For the record, that the gun the guy has is a type of gun called the Mosin. That explains the dialogue for anybody not to know.
Okay, I'll help you out, fire extinguisher, dude. Let's do this.
Your Mosin has no power.
There is no help for you. Over Dave, there is no help.
Oh, nice shot. Oh, he does have ammo. Oh, we got him. That's your kill. Oh, God.
We are together.
You got this, dude. You're doing good. Oh, he's be fucking combat loud. He's gone. Oh, nice.
You may have it. He tried to rob you too. He deserves what he
Oh, I almost got it.
all in the day's work.
You are a hero. Thank you so much.
I hope he didn't hit you when he shot one.
No, he didn't. Would you like the Mosin? You earned it,
One
good
of the
sir.
things you have to remember about this man is take his pants and his fire axe. Yeah.
You want his Mosin or anything? I mean, I feel like you really earned it. You stepped up to the plate.
No. Oh, that motion is keep going. It's all good that it's work for a firefighter like me.
I salute you. I would fucking salute you right now if I could salute in this game. You are amazing.
Now, off to save more Bambies in trouble. Away!
You go, firefighter. What the fuck? Oh my god. That guy was amazing.
that? Like, the hell? The guy talks in character the whole time.
That would be like, for me, that would be like, I'm done for the day, log out,
has no power here.
off to save more Bambi's in trouble. Away. Good stuff, but that's one of my favorite internet sensation videos.
I now will have to buy Daisy.
Yeah.
I kind of thought, like, I saw some videos of people like making these stupid like cars crash or like drive off the top of like car garages. Brad had to poop, apparently. Nobody else knows he's gone except for the people watching the YouTubes. But anyhow, I saw some videos and they were kind of funny. They would set up these scenarios where there was like a mob of zombies or people in a fenced-off area, and then they'd make like good guys or whatever the case was that all have certain characteristics or whatever to them, and then they'd release them and just make these bloody battles of computer-generated characters, which I thought was kind of cool. But I think the game I'm really jonesing on right now that I'm probably going to Steam later tonight, just because it's not that much, is Goat Simulator. It looks really fun. Have you ever
It's
seen
so
it?
much
What is
fun.
it?
Goat Simulator.
Goat?
You haven't
yes.
seen it?
No.
What the fuck?
Where have you
I've
been?
Go home and get
It's-
Goat Simulator.
It's every bit of what it sounds. It's a goat. You're a goat, but you can do basically it's like DayZ, but you're a goat in the game, and you can just do whatever.
Like
you
your
want.
tongue can is sticky, so you can
Yeah.
like lick people, and they're like following.
and like stick to them, and there's
And
like
then you
car
got like different
crashes
types of
and-
goats, so like you can go into like the 7th level of hell and be like Satan goat and
Yeah, you
all
can
kinds
do
of
all
shit.
sorts of shit. There's Rex.
What's the?
and-
Is it like The Sims, but you're a goat? Or
no,
like,
it's
what is the-
it's imagine like it's open world, like imagine Grand Theft Auto, but you're a goat. Like
and you can just do all sorts of shit.
like Dead Mouse is in it out of nowhere,
Yeah,
and like he's on a rooftop, and then you like lick him, and you become Dead Mouse. Like so, you're a goat with the mouse head. It's fucking crazy.
and you can. There's other goats you can play.
Yeah, they added multiplayer.
What
Yeah.
the fuck?
It's
Goat Simulator is amazing.
Shit balls.
it's pretty fun.
I don't.
I'm playing Saints Row the 4th right now. Love that game. It's fucking ridiculous.
I started playing Infinite Crisis.
I was on the beta for Infinite Crisis for a while, and then I lost access to a desktop, so I had to quit playing it. But it was fun when I played it. It was a lot of fun.
I just started. It seems pretty fun though for a MOBA.
I just don't know any like current games. All the ones, son of a bitch. All the ones that I see now are like the.
You don't like Minecraft?
I have Minecraft on my phone because that's all it takes to
There's
run
some
that game.
oldies that are goodies though. Like a lot of
But all
people
the-
recommended Left 4 Dead. Super fun shooter.
All the
game to play.
Yeah,
all
yeah.
the mods for Minecraft though are ridiculous.
Yeah, I never got into the modding of Minecraft because I got bored.
So
with
much
it.
fun.
All that I ever did on Minecraft, this is super nerd status, but I took just a free map, generic with nothing like crazy going on. I dug underground and I made the level from GoldenEye, the temple. I dug out the temple underneath the map, and I was really proud of that. And it took a really long
For
time.
some odd reason, me and my friend Andrew, he had a server, and we went on there and made the Baxter Avenue Morgue in Minecraft. It was really weird. He was like, "I'm trying to make this," and I was like, "Okay, I've got nothing better to do tonight." Like 6 hours later, it like all the animatronics worked with pistons and redstone and stuff, and
Mm-hmm.
it was fun.
Yeah, there's a lot you can do. The temple was really simple. I started to do the facility. Yeah, I started to do the facility above ground, and then I realized how much of a huge fucking undertaking that is because I was going to do the full map, not just the multiplayer version. And it's from GoldenEye. We're really old. We're showing age here. but-
Hey, if you don't like Nintendo 64, fuck you.
I used to have a Brazilian friend named Alex.
If you don't chew big red gum,
then fuck you.
that would like we'd play GoldenEye with Alex, and he would be like, "You guys go out. I'm just gonna hang out at the spawn point," and he would give us a head start, and then he would kill us all with no weapons. Like he was that fucking good at GoldenEye.
My friend Russ, his brother, he had a custom map called Jihad. So all you had was the proximity mines.
Fuck.
That's all.
I hated proximity mines.
And
I got good with them
and
eventually.
because you could like set the kill counter and stuff if you were the host. He made it to where if you didn't yell jihad before you killed the other person, that he took the point back because he's like, "That's not a true jihad. You're just a dumbass."
That's true. You guys will understand this then.
I don't know where we are.
Jared,
Oh wow, that's awesome.
it's the GoldenEye face. The It's the health and the armor. The left side is my phone's battery, and the right side is my watch's battery. The health meters.
That's super nerdy and awesome.
Because Larry has to have
we're
a
talking.
smartwatch.
Did you have a Nintendo 64, Brad?
Of course.
No.
Like
I
that?
was warned about his Nintendo 64 days.
Why?
You were what?
What did
I
you
was
play?
warned.
By who?
Thought it was a DJ.
Oh, he probably was.
Said that you got really pissed off when you were playing wrestling. You put somebody through a wall or something, or ceiling or something.
No, I wasn't that bad.
Yeah, that's what he said.
That's pretty funny.
No. I mean, well, I did throw my brothers around. But
Said that you were getting whooped and you got pissed off and just went after him.
F5 somebody through a wall.
I wouldn't put it past me. I wouldn't put it past me. Let's just say that.
We used to have a friend named Mike.
I may or may
when we beat him at wrestling games.
Because I had mentioned to him, I was like, yeah, Brad's like, oh, I'm getting a 64. And like, DJ's just like, don't do it. Don't fucking do it.
Don't be that guy that gets mad, Brad.
I may or may not have had a hole in my wall at some point because of a 64.
I used to get really mad playing Street Fighter when I was a kid.
He also used to get really...
I don't know what we're doing.
The problem is, okay, when I play video games against people, I always get screwed by the system itself. Doesn't matter which system I'm playing on or what game. So, okay, N64 screwed me in the wrestling. Playing another friend of mine on PS2, a baseball game, and I had an invisible runner get tagged out for no apparent reason, and I lost the game because of it. And I'm like,
So are you saying that there's some deep, dark thing where video game companies are putting it in that when you touch the controller, you're getting screwed?
yes, you heard it right here first.
So Brad's the
Yes.
reason they make baseball games.
Well, yeah,
Damn
I
it.
thought you knew that.
We're gonna have to call Sam and Dean to exercise his video game systems. I'm to the point now where Sam can just like do this and exercise a demon instead of having to chant the thing. So I'm getting a little farther in.
I'm stuck at
Supernatural
season
now.
4.
I never made it out of season 2. My parents like it, and it makes it completely unappealing to me.
I understand that feeling. That's why my mom is with Walking Dead. So
Fucking Christ.
Is that
Let's
why
not
you
get
hate Star
started on
Wars?
that.
I'm like 2
And-
seasons behind that.
And fun.
I think he said, come at me, bro.
Come at me, bro. I don't even know where we've taken the show at this point, but
we've got a haunt topic to talk about in the next segment.
we do. Get away
'Cause-
from him! Oh, funny story.
It's gonna be our
We were-
running joke.
No,
so.
me and my lady friend Carrie were at the Cirillas
Nice.
buying some fun.
She
fun
bought you your dildo?
aftermin- Yes, finally. I like to be pegged.
The fact that
and-
you even know what that is raises a lot of questions.
That's
I know
'cause
what
he likes it.
I know what a lot of things are. The fact that you know what that is raises
no
a lot
surprise.
of questions.
Don't even say it raises questions.
for a
As soon as I
man,
opened my mouth,
I
I was
have
like,
no
that was a
needs
bad
for
idea.
porn. Quote the Larry, nevermore. Anywho, so we were at this sex place, and if you've ever been to a Cirillas, the lovely ladies that work at Cirillas are super friendly, which is probably why girls like to shop at Cirillas. But this guy walks in, obviously, like he's gonna rent porn or whatever, and he walks in, and we're at the counter, and the lady at Cirillas is like, "Hi, good evening," and he's like, "Hi," like a fucking Muppet.
I had a friend of mine. I had a friend of mine that was while he was filling up gas in Clarksville, an old man tried to talk to him.
About butt sex.
Well, he just tried to talk to him. So my friend drove off. The guy followed him. So my friend turned into the Theater X parking lot. The guy pulled into Theater X parking lot. My friend went in. The guy went in. My friend in one of the booths, and the guy started knocking on the door, just saying, "You'll enjoy yourself. Don't worry about it. Everything's under control." For like 20 minutes.
Huh.
Dude, that's when I like.
Was he
stab
on his
people.
way into the booth anyway, or was that a diversionary tactic?
He was just went in there to hide.
He didn't
but-
have anywhere else to go once he was there. It was all or nothing.
All right, so I've been in a lot of sketchy situations. Never at any point have I thought,
I might die today.
I should probably just go hide in a fucking spank booth. That's
Just-
never,
I
it's
did
never
pick up
been
the
best
the
alternative.
prostitute from Borat once.
True story.
His sister?
Huh?
His sister?
Like the black woman with the blonde hair.
Oh, yeah.
Like we came out of
Why do I remember
Spinelli's here in Louisville. It was me, the captain, and our buddy Cohen. And this woman's like, "Hey, can I get a ride?" And I was like, Sonny's like, "No." And he's like, "Oh, come on, guys, I'll pay for it." And I was like, "I don't care, just get in the fucking car." Like, I wasn't fighting it because I was like, she's gonna like shank me or something, right? So we in the car,
Or blow.
and she's like, she looks at me, she goes, "What are you up to?" And I'm like, not saying anything. So she turns to Sonny and like literally like tries to give Sonny the goods, like, "So y'all boys out having a good time tonight?" And like she only wanted to go like 4 or 5 blocks, and I was like, I don't care, because like worst case scenario, like we're just gonna fucking like throw her out of a moving car. So we got like 1 block, and she's like, "Well, y'all can just let me off here." And I'm like, "Okay." And like Sonny's like, "So apparently she didn't want to suck my dick."
She was a prostitute trying to edge her way into a jab.
Was that when you had the Camaro?
Yeah, that was the Camaro.
This kid.
Brings all the prostitutes to the yard.
I think we should we break here. Should,
Was it really the prostitute
should we-
from Borat or?
Looked just like her.
Okay.
Like if it wasn't her, she has a doppelganger here in Louisville.
To clarify, that didn't happen. Go ahead. No, that happened, but it wasn't the actual prostitute from Borat.
No, it was just a lookalike, but
I'm figuring that for whatever reason, one of our listeners is the prostitute from Borat. She's gonna be like,
I was not in Louisville.
"No, the fuck you didn't."
I hope so, because if you are, come on our show.
I don't.
Hey, you're in movies.
So we'll be back with a haunt topic,
And or
uh,
faces.
and I don't even know where the fuck we're at. Well, I don't know what this show has been,
How long
but
have
thanks
we
for sticking with us.
How long has this been?
about 22 minutes.
Have we really
Why are we
filled 20
cutting now?
Well, you said you want to keep around 45 to 50, so you take 25 and 25, that equals 50.
Brad wanted to take a break because he's feeling uncomfortable.
That's not true.
There's too much butt sex talk.
I don't mind now. I bought a laptop that can handle more.
No, it's not.
That's what she said.
It's not necessarily true.
So what kind of sticky situations have you been in, Larry? Like, have you ever had a moment where you're just like, I could die?
I gotta blow this guy or I'm gonna fucking die.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Not Brett. I just assume y'all been down the road and he's tried.
I don't travel with Brett.
For good reasons.
Anytime I travel for the haunt, it's just because I'm going to get some thing from out of state. It's really about it. I don't really travel with him.
But we've had some traveling experiences with the party bus.
Jared, you seem nervous to
time.
talk about this.
Oh,
I
that?
am. This isn't an on-air story I'm going to share, but we've had some crazy MHC party stories.
Well, yeah, traveling on the bus is different. It's a lot less awkward when there's 30 people with you as opposed to
And
just
we're all
2
assholes.
grown men in a truck. Yeah.
Yeah,
Man, we should do a mobile, like, half-naked maid service called 2 Grown Men in a Truck. Because there's 2 men in a truck, but they do the, like...
They're a moving company.
Moving shit or something?
Yeah, they're a moving company.
Yeah. So we should just make one called 2 Grown Men in a Truck and be a maid service, a maid mail service. Let's do that.
what? All this from MHC talk?
Anyhow,
I'd like to dissect his brain someday. 'cause
we
I
have
need to
had
know
a
how it
lot
works.
of not very well. We've had a lot of fun trips at MHC and other haunts that we've gone to on the party bus. But yeah, there's not really many stories that we can share on air.
It's MHC's like Vegas. What happens at MHC stays at MHC.
It's weird because it's like
Brad will never get to go.
Yeah, so much.
I went
shit
once, and
happens.
that'll be it.
So much shit happens on. It was your fault. Didn't you get married during MHC?
Well, it was before I got involved in the haunt industry, so I didn't know there was an MHC.
I feel like you should have Googled every possible outcome of your life.
It's like this date, what happens
What
all
happens
over
on
the
this
world.
date? Anyhow, anything that happens at the haunt gets shared. We all talk about everything because so much fun shit happens there, and bad shit and blah blah blah. So everybody talks about it. But when you go on one of those trips, the second you walk onto the bus, there's like an airtight seal on the door, and when it leaves the haunt, everything happens. All this craziness goes on, and then when we get back to the haunt, the door is open and everybody leaves, but it's like nothing can be spoken about, and it's
Like, how was your weekend? Good.
It was good. We don't talk about, and it's not a spoken
What
rule.
happened? Stuff.
It's just everybody knows not to talk about it because anything that you say will incriminate yourself.
I told a story, an MHC story once last year. after MHC, I told the Officer Wolf Pussy story.
yeah, that was a good one.
I feel
That
like
was fun.
she's gonna listen to the podcast and be gunning for me.
That's
this
what I
year.
always fear. I'm like, we have our set amount of listeners, and there's no way that this random person would randomly listen to our show. But I feel like when we talk about them, it ups the percentage of chance.
There's been several times we've talked about people using names, and then afterwards been like, Brad, can you just?
I feel
leave
like
that
this
name
is
out?
gonna be a big year for us. I feel like give it another year, and we'll be at like Trans World, and somebody will be like, "This motherfucker right here."
Well,
like
that's-
fucking.
That's the problem.
I
with
run the
getting-
spooky cave down in West
Yeah.
Virginia, and you're a fuck stain. Like,
You know,
fucking,
this is
whoa.
randomly off. This is totally off topic, but your redneck West Virginia voice. I just watched the video earlier about I watched a video about an Alabama adolescent who spent 2 years in the woods alone, and they interviewed him for Vice, which is the HBO news program, and it's about a 10-minute segment, and you sound just like him, and it's fantastic.
bloopers. And I built a barbecue stove out of an Altoids can. What kind of advice did he have?
He didn't have any advice. He just talked about his life in the woods.
How to make a distillery
Was it fuck bitches get money?
out of tin cans.
No, I'll show it to you later. It's pretty. It's pretty good.
I
You
bet
ever
if you
had to
sum it
wipe
up-
your ass with a pine cone?
Fuck. Well, every time somebody says
Right
that,
now, Hot Nation magazine is like, what is
what-
happening?
And, what did we sign up for? Trans World's like that too. They're coming on the show in a few episodes
yeah.
when we're going to be covering Trans World this year.
They're going to be coming on to talk about it. Then we're going to be going there and having video and all kinds of fun.
We have
shit.
a lot of stuff to announce for Trans World, so if you're in the know of what Trans World is, definitely keep an eye on us or an ear out whenever. I don't know. Now that we do audio and video, just
I'm about to
pay
say,
attention.
last year we just made like a generalization, hey, if you're there, say hi to us, we'll interview you. And the first day we were there, we spent an hour walking the floor getting a pregame, and then it was just busy.
Yeah,
And it just stayed that way. So I can only imagine how worse it's going to be this year.
yeah. We're a little deep on. Since I'll be there with you guys, we'll have 4 people to hopefully tag team different things, but it's going to be it is going to be a lot of work, but we're
It's
really
gonna be
excited.
awesome, though.
Yeah, we're really excited about it. We've got a lot of cool stuff in the plans that we haven't really spoken about yet. We'll release some details as we get closer.
Including the Friday Night Larry sex party.
Ooh.
I'm nervous about sharing a room with you guys.
Why? I shared a room with him last year. Me and my now wife shared a room with him last year, and it was fine.
Except I woke up and they were doing it.
Remember we were talking about
other than that.
remember we were talking about threesomes before we started the show. I just thought I'd bring that up randomly for no reason.
Oh,
Jared, I just want to let you know you're the bitch in all this.
No, you know what the sad part is we're all sitting here and I'm thinking, man, I'm scared to share a room with Corey, and Corey's like, I'm scared to share a room with Brad. Brad's scared to share a room with Jared, and Jared's just fucking excited about the whole thing.
I'm not alone. I've shared rooms with men before.
My wife actually asked me, she's like, so wait, all of you are going to be in one room? Yeah? Who are you cuddling with? I don't know, take your pick. I was like, if we stay 2 nights, I'll switch off the next night.
I had the funniest invest band manager ever when I was in Anna Lynn, and we used to get hotels like when we were recording or just out of town. And one night we shared a bed, and I woke up. My wake up call for the morning was Mike being like, "Jared, stop spooning me, stop touching me there!" Like, and everybody woke up. That
I am
was
not
my
sharing a
wake-up
bed
call.
with Jared.
It was really weird, but we
throwing it out
convinced
there.
Why are you racist?
he convinced a Denny's waitress that our drummer just got off tour playing drums for Clay Aiken. It was like the best thing ever.
Yes.
So fucking random.
He's that kind of guy.
Why?
He'll call me every once in a blue moon. Last time it happened, he was like, "Hey bitch, we're going to see Unknown Henson." And I was like, "It's 8:00. He's like, "I know. Meet me at the Good Time Emporium." And I called Corey and we went and saw Unknown Henson.
He's like, I was literally on a date at the time with a girl, and like, he's like, hey, do you want to go see Unknown Henson? I was like, yes. I was like, hey, I gotta go. Bye.
He quit touring after that. It was a good call.
And then he came back for a year, and then he quit again.
We were in, share this story real quick before break. We were at Jim Porter's Good Time Emporium, which is known fondly locally as the Wrinkle Room, because it's where all the old ladies hang out and all the cougars.
I would say you could say cougar, but I think it's even older than cougar.
It is. It's just gross. But
Are you gonna tell like the Indian lady story? Because that was fun.
no. But I was just thinking if they were playing the Squidbillies
Yeah.
on the on the walls of Jim Porter's, and the old people were just like, "What the fuck is this?" They had no idea Unknown Hinson was.
And
in
we're
it.
all laughing and stuff like that. It was good.
But Unknown Hinson came on, and it was just arm flaps jiggling galore.
There was like Indian lady with like not Indian lady, but like she's like an old lady that you probably was like you probably like
She
had a bunch of
rain-danced. It was
probably
the
had a
best
bunch of
night
Indian
ever.
stuff because she had like sandals on with like black hair down to her ankles, and she's just like voodoo dancing and shit. And like me and Jerry were like, "What the fuck's going on?"
We kept having to move away from her.
And she kept getting close, and we're like, "Don't let her touch us."
Sounds
And on
like
that note, it's time for a break.
she sounds like a Stevie Nicks fan.
You just don't go to old concerts with old people. I don't.
He works old concerts with old people.
Don't go to concerts with old people. It's weird. That's the moral of this story, Brad. I'll never go to a concert with you
That'll work.
because you'll armpit dance.
I don't go to concerts anyway. So.
You'll armpit dance. That's what they do. It's like that.
All right.
So break time.
Anyway,
Feral freak. Let's go to break.
You guys, we grab a snack, a soda. We'll be right back.
Combining 3 decades of special effects, haunted house, and production experience, Crooked Creation specializes in masks and special effects. If you're looking for cutting-edge and original masks for your production or haunt, check out crookedcreations.com. Crooked Creations has been featured in dozens of haunted houses and several independent films and productions. Whether it's burlap, silicone, hybrid, or accessories, your one-stop shop is crookedcreations.com. That's crookedcreations.com.
And welcome back, everybody, to Return of the Living Podcast, sponsored by Haunt Nation Magazine.
that's right. Welcome to Haunt Nation Magazine.
Wait, we are Hot Nation Magazine?
Well, we're not.
You said welcome, Hot.
I said welcome to Haunt Nation Magazine. Welcome.
That would.
Too funny.
Well,
That's what people
who
put on
cares?
Facebook.
It's, who cares? We got a sponsor and they're awesome. So.
You've never been on Facebook and seen somebody type, like, that's too funny, but T-O funny,
No.
and we're like, too funny!
It's going to funny,
Yeah.
or it's too funny as in, like, hats off to funny. I don't know,
I
like a
don't-
toast.
It could be, either or. But welcome back. We're going to stop being ridiculous and talk business and haunt stuff right now. And I think today's topic is pricing your haunt. The reason...
Free. It should always be free.
No, it should not. Don't listen to this asshat. Look at him. He looks like he's homeless. I'll
There's
never-
there's a whole bunch of reverb from that mic movie that I'm gonna have to.
Leo, this,
Cut out of this.
This
No, just
stool is
leave it
not
in.
that good. Don't steal the mic. But what, Larry? You got some shit to say?
I ain't got shit to say. I ain't said shit.
But pricing. Somebody posted in the where did Brad go? What is happening?
Just continue. It's fine.
The show can go on. Continue.
All right. So
Haunt pricing.
haunt pricing. Some guy. Brad! Okay. Fuck. Some guy posted in one of the Haunters hangout pages or something on Facebook about my haunt's 3 attractions and I'm not really sure. Do you guys think $25 is
Personally,
a good price?
Let me
for
stop
my
you there.
haunt?
My biggest fucking beef with the haunt industry. I have 7 attractions at my haunted house, and a piece they should at least be $10. So I think 50 is okay. No, fuck you. You have a haunted house. Look at me right there, camera. Fucking look at me. You have one fucking haunted house. I don't care how many goddamn different scenes you have. You have one fucking haunted house, one price. Deal with it.
Well said.
I 100% agree. I've worked at haunts that have quote unquote multiple attractions, and I get it if you want to theme things differently and you want a very specific break. I worked at one that
There
was
he is.
that I actually
You missed my rant, Brad.
I like that some haunts will make a specific point to this is just scary, horror, bloody, murder, blah 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 break, and then maybe this is our clown shit, which I'm just using that as an example. I'm not for a clown shit, but if they want to separate it and they have like a circus area and they separate it that way, cool. If you want to put some sort of breather or really, well thought out transition in the middle, cool. And then if you want to put a maze at the end, like a dark maze, those were like all the rage a couple years ago, and they come and go in popularity. But if you want to do the dark maze or a whisper maze or a blackout or whatever you
The
want to call it.
3D. The 3D is the new gimmick.
I just
Well,
came in
as
from
well.
I just came in from doing some rounds, and just listening to you talk describes a haunt that is now leaving the southern Indiana area.
When do
It
you,
does.
When do
Exactly.
you think that
It
they're going
does.
to market HD haunted houses?
I just want
my
to throw
God.
that out there.
Yeah.
It sounds like
definition.
Quad
haunted.
HD.
Here's my thing: when you do shit like that, and it's like, okay, so it's $17 to get through a haunt, $25 for 2 of our haunts, and $30 for 3 of our haunts. You're alienating people that can't. I mean, you're thinking that's a 2-person date. That's $60 fucking dollars. Like, that's fucking ridiculous. You get a group of people, you're over hundreds of dollars. You're alienating people that don't have the income to see the fucking hard work you've put in to these fucking haunts, and you don't need the fucking extra capital to bring it back in. I think you would actually end up getting more giving your entire fucking haunt for a lower price point.
I can see that more people
Yeah.
would come. I'm a big fan of that, but that is like the 2 attractions things. And one of my comments was like, "No haunt's worth $25." That was like the comment I made. No haunt. Like, I would pay $25 to go see like Netherworld or something huge, but
Yeah.
Netherworld.
I don't know what are their
Hoochie.
prices. Can we look those up real quick? I'm just curious. Like, let's
we
look
can.
up ticket prices for the big haunts.
Like, you got like Netherworld looks ridiculous. I would pay because I just want to see it. It looks beautiful. Hoochie, I walked through, and when I left, I said I would pay $25, $20 to $30 for this because it was massive.
Wow.
It was impressive.
I'd pay probably a lot more for Hoochie just because of the experience. But unless you're a legend, I don't feel like you should charge more than $20 a ticket.
And I think you need to be realistic. If your haunted house is 15 minutes long and you're charging $20 for a ticket, you're doing something wrong.
Yeah.
They're
Baxter Avenue More.
Just saying.
We talk shit about one haunt quite frequently. If you're a new listener, it's mine and Corey's old haunt, and
It's not like we were the actors; we were fucking directors.
we were directors, but
You were
we,
Fought
fucking
tooth
the
and nail
direct-
for the people.
You were fucking the directors, or you were the?
I mean, we were fucking each
directors?
other, and we were the directors, so it kind of works.
either way.
I mean, look how close we are right now. We're just kind of chilling.
Yeah, but it's fucking. You made me aware of that, and it made it weird. But it's whatever. I mean, I just don't feel like it's the right thing to do to charge
Now,
that much.
I want to touch on Netherworld since you brought it up, and Netherworld. Feel free to correct us if this is wrong, but this is the most recent pricing that I see. Their prices actually vary, where for the first part of the season, it's $22 to see season of the. I'm not going to cover that. They have 2 haunts. We'll just say that.
And
for
I'm sure they
$28 a
have legit
person-
2 haunts, though, right?
They probably do.
Yeah, like,
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's the thing.
from what
If
I've
you have
seen.
legitimate 2 haunts, you have 2 completely separate entities, each say 20-minute haunt. By all means, do it.
Well, I feel like that's like a level
when
where
you-
you're going
when-
to like
yeah.
Disneyland.
But when you
though.
Yeah,
add on a
I mean,
3D
that's a 40
maze, when you
minute.
add on a dark maze or a chainsaw maze or whatever bullshit Industrial Nightmare wants to fucking put out this year,
Jesus. Well, let me get
2
this
haunts.
done. It's $28 a person to do both, except Friday nights, and the season for that is, or the price for that is $30 a ticket. But then on the last half of the season on Saturday nights, it's $35 a ticket, which is weird. They have adjustable pricing. I guess it's probably keep their numbers steady through the
Probably.
season. That kind of makes sense. But then,
It's probably a smart business man.
and then
Yeah.
you think you're gonna have your best acting towards the end of season once all the rust is off, you've got all the polish on it. You're gonna be able to charge a little bit more for a better show.
That's a topic for another show.
that is a topic for another show,
next
actually,
show.
because I got a lot to talk about with that. But then the big deal is you can do, let's see, in October, you can do a speed pass, and it's I lied. It's $50 a person for the regular pass, but it's on the big dates for October, the Saturdays of October. And then November 1st, I guess they do that overflow weekend as well. Or it's $55 to do a speed pass, which is kind of bizarre because that's not a huge upgrade, but that's pretty pretty much up there. But then again, we're looking at one of the best.
That's
haunts in
the
country.
Disneyland of haunted
it's
houses.
considered
that is like the haunt.
the most premier movie worthy in terms of quality haunted house in the nation.
But that is pretty well up there. So we're going to start at the high, and somebody doesn't have their phone on silent.
My bad.
Jared.
But
should
I mean,
go work
yeah,
it.
okay. So let's go for that, and then let's go from experience to where the last year we were at our haunt. We don't need to name drop it again. $20 to walk through a haunted house that took us 17 minutes to walk through.
How much was it? Did you say?
$20.
Okay.
Okay, so
Yeah,
we can
that's-
compare it to that. And then on top of that, we had no pneumatics. We had a rope on a string. We had pistons that were kind of hooked up to drawers that made it look like a morgue.
You can see all of this lovely stuff on Monsters Wanted.
Yeah, that's true.
A film by our good
That's
friends
true. We are in that.
at Thoughtfly Studios.
So I mean, like you compare that to like where's the pricing? Like I think there needs to be a price structure for haunted houses, like a set in stone price structure. That Transworld do a fucking pricing seminar with some of these better places that have a good value. Please,
Can I
and
just
let us moderate it.
Can I just say that I don't think you should charge $20 if you make your build crew carefully remove nails from pallets so they can be reused because you're too cheap to buy actual
Yeah, that's
nails.
true.
That's why we use screws at Fear Fair. Just throwing that out there.
I just want to say, like, when we went to Fear Fair, though, we were like, you guys drywall?
Yeah, that's the first.
What the fuck?
The first
Like-
year from the morgue, we're like, yeah, what kind of repurposing do you guys do? Oh, none. You guys buy everything. Drywall? Fuck's drywall.
Yeah, the first day, like, because the first year we worked
Yeah.
at Fear Fair, Corey and I came up later in the season to start finish building during crunch time, and it was just like, we got a crew coming to drywall this, and we were just like, what?
By the way, that crew ended up being me blindly drywalling, which I'd never done, being a crash course taught by Freddy Krueger himself, Brad, and
Not me.
not that Brad,
Not me.
other Brad, and literally then being like, all right, have fun. 10 hours later, Brett came back in. He's like, you look like shit. Let's go get you a shower and some breakfast.
I just feel like that's a good, like,
Yeah.
thanks for working. Like, I
did
feel like
that.
that, it doesn't get much better than that.
Well, the crazy part for me is like, here, you can use the guest shower. And I'm like, you guys have a guest shower? And I walk in, it's nicer than my fucking main bathroom in my house. I'm like, God, I hate you, Brett.
Funny story about the guest bathroom. The fucking floor is heated.
I want heated
That's
anything
what
in
my
my
wife
bathroom.
wants when we rebuild. That's one of her go-to.
That's so nice.
It's one of her go-to things that she has to have.
I'm sure Brett's like, why are you talking about my bathroom right now?
It's got fucking heated floors. Are you kidding me?
But pricing haunts.
What I can't find anything accurate on Netherworld's walkthrough time. Some people are saying 20 minutes, and some people are saying 30 minutes.
Time flies.
That's got to be impossible.
Time flies, man. When you're having a blast like that, you have no idea. Because I think it feels like it maybe
Here,
takes.
how much is Erebus? Because
I'm
Erebus
actually
has the
looking that up right now.
Erebus has the record for longest haunted house.
Yeah.
So I'd
I'm
like to know how much theirs
Because
are.
because you were saying if
The-
the
oh,
hunt was like 20 and 20, it'd be 40 minutes.
Yeah, well, I always compare, like, I mean, your time concept when you're walking through is off anyway. Like,
And everybody's is different.
OVH kind of time stuff when they walk through, so
Yeah.
that might be a good place to look for local hunts. But, like, Dent, for example, it feels like I was in Dent for maybe 10 or 13 minutes.
Yeah.
Really, you're in there for like 20, 25 minutes. It's just fun, so you
And
don't
then,
realize
like,
it.
when we walked through Fear Fair this year with some family members of mine, they were like, oh my God, it never ends. We've been here for like an hour, and it was like 23, 25
What we try and
minutes.
do it, and speaking
Your
on
family's
that,
scared the whole
that's something I did want to touch on as well, is the timing thing. It is fun the whole way through, but it does seem like it takes forever. And the reason why is there's a lot of fast paced, but we'll slow you back down. We give you those slow down rooms, like The Exorcist is a really good example. It's slow, it's quiet. There's not
Frankenstein.
a ton going on in Frankenstein. Yeah, we have those hold ups that it's like kind of catch your breath, get your senses about you, and then we throw you back into it, as opposed to build up, go 90 miles an hour, and then cool down at the end or run out with a chainsaw or whatever. We do that, and it makes it seem longer, even though I think our walkthrough time average is like 30 minutes.
You know, now that I think about it, like legitimately, like it is intense, slow. Like I'm going
Yeah.
through Fear Fair room
Yeah,
by
you walk
room,
through it with your mind.
and it really because it goes. When you go through the movie theater, you've got your cool down from the entire zombie or the war scene.
Yep.
Then you've got Exorcist, which is kind of like, okay, cool. Goes in Michael Myers, which is kind of more intense.
Mhm.
Frankenstein, which is cool down. You've got the beginning part of Freddy, and then he gets really fucking intense.
Yeah,
then you
that
got the
one's a
lead
build.
into Friday the 13th, which is kind of your cooldown for it because he doesn't come to the second half.
Mhm.
You've got your Walking Dead, which you kind of start off slow, gets intense, and then you go into the prison, which again was one of that slow down area,
Mhm.
into Silent Hill, which was starting off slow. Then you got Pyramid Head and Nurses. Your mannequin room was slow,
Mhm.
and then
And then you have
Saw.
that stop at Saw.
Yeah, you got Saw, so you're breathing, and then once Saw hits, it's balls to the wall.
Yep. And that's intentional.
Yeah.
You know, it's to make it seem like it's longer because people come out and they're like, I was in there forever.
And you know, when,
Like I
when we
just
were
saw you 5
designing,
minutes ago.
when we were designing, we were told by a certain owner that you want intensity all the way through. You got to stay in their face.
Less about room talk and more about haunted like pricing at this point, since that's our.
Well, I think it matters on both. Like the design of your haunt should straight in review or affect the price of your haunt.
I think there's there's 2 factors there. There's the actual time it takes to get through and the perceived time of how long it takes to get through. Because I've been to some haunts where it's like, it seems like it was 5 minutes, like you mentioned earlier. It's like, oh, that was really fast. What the hell? But then you realize, it's been 20, 30 minutes or whatever the case is, and it hasn't. So it didn't feel like it, rather. So
All right, so
I think
Erebus,
that
who's
factors
considered,
into it.
I think they have the Guinness World Record or had. For
They-
the longest.
Is it
Yeah.
the world's or America's?
I think
don't
it's
remember.
Factory of Terror, which I think they have the Guinness. I think they're the current Guinness Book of World Record holder. But I think Erebus has had it had it in the past. But they have a calendar on their website, which I'm going. This is last year's race, obviously. But they were open the last 2 weekends in September. There was Friday and Saturdays are $28. Wednesday and Thursday are $23, and Sundays are $25.
They're open on Wednesday?
They're open on Wednesdays.
But
That's
now,
also kind of part of it too. Is that
Again-
people are working weird days, so that kind of factors into the people are opening up for Valentine's Day. Excuse me, and then
That seems to be a growing trend.
yeah, Christmas, and some were doing spring break. We did spring break, but we did spring break. We did that at Fear Fair one year.
I just can't see that being an economically good decision for any haunt. I feel like it's bullshit.
I
I'll say this.
absolutely agree.
On the Fear Fair page, somebody had said something along the lines of, 6 of my friends from school wanted to know if we're opening for
Oh, that fucking
Valentine's Day, and I wanted so bad to just be like, are your 6 friends going to pay the amount it takes to open up the haunt and make a good profit?
For the record, that kid's 8.
Still.
He's one I had. He might be our youngest actor.
Now that I'm not in the cast page, I miss all this.
Oh, you're not missing.
I don't pay
shit.
attention to anything.
I just always get updates on my phone. It's like, Fear Fair, and I'm like,
Jared, I'm about to disappear again. Okay, just don't get alarmed.
Brad.
Dad?
Brad. No.
He's gone, Jared.
It'll be all right. I think. And also I do want to cover some of the smaller haunts, like we can, like yard haunts and things like that.
Most yard haunts are just free. They do
They're
it because they
free,
love
yeah,
it.
they
Or
do
if they
free.
charge, they tend to do 100% charity.
Yeah, or they'll do either charity or they'll do just donation based, like a museum. Pay what you want, or they'll do $1, $5, something like that. And I think that's pretty cool. I like the yard haunt scene. They're starting to get really good, and they're starting to breed more people that go pro. And I
Yeah,
like
but build a
seeing that.
buy a permit. Don't be a dick, yard
Yes.
hunters. Buy a permit.
Yes, please buy a permit. And I'm very much against doing things bureaucratically.
Well, it gives everybody else a bad
but,
name. Like
yeah,
we
you're,
fight a
fucking it up.
hard stereotype in this business.
You have,
Yeah.
if you're a yard hunter, you don't know the fear of, this literally happened. I opened last weekend. They gave us the okay, but the fire marshal's coming today and could shut us down for the rest of the season. You don't
Yeah.
understand that fear. You want fear in haunts? That's the fucking
Where
fear.
can we hide this wire?
Yeah. And it's pretty much like you're running through 2 rooms ahead going, all right, okay, there are 2 rooms. Go to the next one. Spray paint that wire black so it blends in.
None of that actually happens.
Happens.
We do everything by the book, and everything is always perfect and
No,
wonderful.
at Fear Fair, I actually truly believe this because as I'm looking at stuff
I don't know. You worked at Actually, I was there and helped you.
Yeah.
Corey and I spent probably a good evening at a certain haunt that burned down, hiding wires for the fire marshal.
There's some irony in that statement.
Yeah.
I'm just not sure where it is.
And I can say at the morgue, there was many times where I'd get handed black spray paint, and they're like, go spray paint this orange wire so they don't see it when
If
they
you
come
need
through.
something ghetto rigged, you can just call us. We're available.
But we're not liable if your haunt burns down. Or house if you're a yard hunter.
We learned the hard way.
Truth.
But I just feel, smaller haunts, I feel like if you're a smaller professional haunt, you don't want to short yourself. And that's something our good friend Kevin Stitch said on a post too, was like, don't fucking short yourself. Like, because somebody was like, I'm charging $15. And he was like, don't short yourself.
And
But
I'll call out 7th Street on this. Like, they're definitely, like, I'll say this, I love them to death. They're not a huge professional, like, over the top, they have lots of money level haunted house. They do good with what they have. And I heard so many people be like, they're charging that? I'm just like, dude, they pour their heart and soul into it. Like, you can tell. You can tell the difference between a haunt that's trying and a haunt that half-asses it. And I think that's the problem, is that the haunts that are half-assing it are charging the even higher prices.
Well, maybe you guys talked about this while I was out, but and I don't know if it pertains to this conversation or not, but there was a post that I saw recently of someone in a bloody apron with a hockey mask and then a chainsaw. And there was a big debate on whether or not that should be in a haunted house or not, because you're kind of playing into the Hollywood thing, but kind of not.
In the past,
Can we save that for next episode?
Yeah.
We can if you want.
yeah,
Well,
because actually,
We're going to go on a
stuff.
tangent.
Yeah.
And we're
Okay.
short on time, but
That's fine.
That would be a huge tangent.
sticking on topic for like prices though, like I feel like $18 is probably a fair price for a smaller range haunt, a professional haunt.
I like $18 too, and I'll tell you why.
It's
Most-
really easy
most
to throw out a
haunts-
$3 off coupon. Anybody will pay
Yeah.
$15 to go through.
And
a
then
haunted
and then
house.
if you put a 20 bill on, most of those places they have a concession stand, so you've got say 2 people go through. You pay them $40, you got $4 extra. 2 people go through $40.
My name's
got-
Corey. I don't math good.
I used to
What's math?
before I drank. So you got $4 in your pocket at the end
Just
of
for
the
the
day.
record, drinking doesn't really affect your math skills unless you're really fucking yourself up. Continue.
I really did a lot. Should have seen some of the people I fucked. But you've got $4 in your pocket, so when you come out of the haunt, you've got a concession stand there that's like, oh look, $1 for popcorn, cool, $1 for drinks. Like I think you're more likely. It happens, trust me. Again, high Baxter Avenue.
Well, I mean, there's a certain margin to concession stands, but I think the point that Corey's trying to make, you sell an $18 ticket, you have a coupon in the local gas station for $3 off a ticket. So somebody pays $15 to get in. If you have concessions, that's $5 that's going to put food in their belly and $5 that's going to go in your pocket. So it's even like if you can keep things in the $20 price range to cover all things at the haunt, you're going to be a little bit more profitable and you'll make that money back elsewhere.
And another thing I'm seeing, and I saw this last year with a couple haunts, and off the top of my head, I can't remember them. I know one was in Chicago, and one was in, I want to say it was like Louisiana or something like that. And the earlier seasons were more expensive than the later seasons. Like it was the opposite of what Netherworld did. Because
shit
I
together.
know, right? And like the mentality, because I remember somebody on the Facebook fighting, and they're like, "Well, we don't have as many patrons come through that early, so we have to jack the price up to make our money back." And I don't agree with that at all.
Just don't be open. But I just think it's that $20 range is the sweet spot, $15 to $20.
Please don't charge extra, like we said, for
Or even give a
attractions.
discounted night on like Thursdays and Sundays. A lot of
Yeah.
haunts do that. But you don't really have 3 attractions, guy. Don't sell your tickets for $25. It's bullshit.
There was, back to my example, I'd worked at a haunt that had three attractions. All of them together were shorter than Fear Fair. So it's, how can you justify the price?
because they have 3
even
attractions.
that, Corey and I, we took an off year from the morgue once, and we went to another local haunt and paid for 2 attractions. In the middle of what could have just been the haunt could have continued.
That was the
one-
second attraction.
The haunt all of a sudden ends, and we were in a line.
Yeah.
for another haunt. And I was like, what the fuck is happening right here?
Oh, they know.
Yeah, they know.
You know who you are.
Piss on our bus.
And like
for
the worst
shit
part is
movies. I'm
like
just
I
kidding.
could even understand this haunt. Like, okay, you've left the movie part, now we're into something else. But like we left Friday the 13th and went into Saul. Like the queue line, then Saul, and like it was like outside queue line. You go outside the building.
It
you
wasn't
wait.
that. It was the Jerry Reed guy to a dark tunnel, and then all of a sudden we were waiting in line behind some fat guy.
We're like, what's coming out? And then all of a sudden, Michael Jackson sniffing panties or little boys' underwear in my
But
face.
it was just like waiting in line for, and then the next part of the haunt was like another 3 minutes, and we were done. It's just not fair to book that as 2 haunts. It's bullshit.
Speaking of 2 haunts, this is one that burned my ass. Years before I started working in haunts or anything, I was going to haunts. I've been going to haunts since I was carried through my first haunt when I was 1 year old by my mother. She's
That
badass.
explains everything.
Yeah, she's awesome. And that's what got me hooked on it. But I was going through Evansville's a town south of, south in just north of here, actually, southwest or northwest of here. They used to have a huge haunt market there. And they had Manson's Mansion, the one that was under the courthouse, the catacombs, which is now closed because it was in a legit catacombs, and that's how people die. Anyhow, when I moved to Indianapolis, I got really excited as I was older. I was like 18, I think, when I moved to Indy. I got really excited because there's a ton of haunts there. And I was like, I'm all of the haunts. And I went to Fright Manor and Nightmare on Edgewood and all of them. I was before in Necropolis, and there's a ton of Hannah, and then the Hannah House, and there's just a ton. Angelus, Haunted Angelus. Anyhow, I went to Necropolis, and I was really excited because I was I was on one side of the fence. I was a mark at that point, and I saw Necropolis, and it's this huge place, and they have all this advertising dollars spent, and they fucking got me. And I went, and I think I was with the girl that I was with at the time. I have no idea who it was, but we went, and I, of course, had to pay. And they have 2 attractions. And like you said, you walk out of what could normally just be going through the rest of the haunt, and then it's like, oh, they put you in a lobby, still inside the building, just right in the middle of 2 haunts, and put you back on a line, and then you go through the rest, and it was 2 haunts. You can buy tickets for 1, which are, as of this year, $20. Yep, adult is $20. Child is $12.
Even still, it's fairly priced, I guess.
Yes.
For
But that's 1 haunt. If you do 2, it's $28 for an adult ticket. Now, as far as haunts go, Necropolis was built in, 91. The building looks like they went to Transworld in 1991, bought everything on the show floor from every current vendor, big props, everything you can think of. But that includes guy getting shocked in electric chair, giant guy. There's one, and it may still be there, it may not, but guy getting shocked in big electrical box. And it's literally a guy in like a electric company outfit, like jumpsuit with a hard hat.
Is it the number?
Yeah, and he shakes. It's terrible. But they bought the entire show floor, set it all up, and then they have almost no actors. The times that I've been through, there's just 4 rooms before you'll see 1 person. It's like a walk-through museum haunt, and it's terrible. And they're one of the worst examples of pricing versus
Everyone out there, if you want to see a haunt like that, pay $60. Go as a haunt enthusiast to Transworld, March 19th through the 22nd, and see it all.
I feel like we're those guys now. Fuck everything. We're just gonna call people out. Are we gonna be those guys? Is that official? Brad's independent.
I mean, to be fair, we called out the people that know they hate us. We called out the business that's no longer running, and he decided to get ballsy and call it Necropolis.
Well, Necropolis is one of them, and they may have gotten better. That's based on a long time ago. I'm sure they've gotten better. All the haunts grow. I might actually, I might figure out what their season is. It doesn't look like they have it listed now, but I'll figure out what their season is, and I'll have to check them out this year. I'll give them a shot. I'm down to go back. But yeah, that was probably the worst example.
If you listen to us, get a hold of us. Prove Larry wrong.
I would be happy to come review you.
Well, we've talked some shit. We've
Yeah.
made our point. Keep it in the $20 range and don't sell yourself. Well, by all means, sell yourself as 2 attractions if you want. I totally see the marketing standpoint on that. But don't charge for more attractions if you're only 1 attraction.
Yeah, don't
it's
make
just
it
bullshit.
a split price thing, combo ticket.
Yeah.
An
Just
attraction
don't do
is
that.
not a dark room full of cages.
Yeah.
Sorry, it's not.
So on that note, I think we're going to wrap things up for this episode, and we will be back next week. Apparently, we're going to talk about character creation.
Oh
Yeah.
God, me and Jared can't wait.
So, that's this show, guys. Don't forget to check out Haunt Nation Magazine, as well as our good friends over at Crooked Creations. They're going to be on the showroom floor at Transworld, I assume. Is that right, Brad? Have
They
you
are.
talked to our good friends. Good deal. So check those guys out at Transworld. Check out Haunt Nation Magazine now. It's on the web at hauntnationmag.com.
HauntNationMag.com.
And check us out at returnofthelivingpodcast.com. And don't forget to check out our Patreon. We're doing a little crowdfunding right now. Right now, we have $1 up. You can donate $1 a month and help us out. So very soon, we're going to be opening up the floodgates to more price levels where you can donate monthly. And there's going to be reward tiers with those T-shirts, posters.
We got our new T-shirt design.
We do have a T-shirt design. We're in the process of pricing those
But
and
you
getting
can't
them
see
made.
it.
But we, as a courtesy to you, we didn't want to put those prices up yet because we don't want to do it till we have our product. So we'll have some other fun stuff on that reward tier as well. So keep an eye out for that. And we'll catch you next time. Thanks for listening to Return of the Living Podcast. We're your hosts. I'm Jared Howell.
I'm Corker Patrick.
Brad Banforth.
And I'm not going to say my name. I have something else I want to say.
Go ahead.
Oh shit.
If you're listening now and you've never seen our videos, hop on YouTube and check out our videos online and give us a subscribe and a like and check out the videos that we've been doing. Basically, if you're listening to us right now, there is a video of it online. You can see us being idiots, and I'm waving at the camera right now, but you can't see it. So get on YouTube, give us a subscribe, and not only will you be able to see the videos that we do of our podcast, you'll be able to see any updates that we do when we're traveling. When
I promise you, come Transworld.
Yeah,
Jesus
like Transworld, you're gonna get
Christ.
live updates as we get them. We've got it set up now that we can do some pretty quick uploads to YouTube directly, so you'll see really pretty much live updates is what we're doing as we travel and as we grow. So definitely check us out.
I think we're pretty much tackling it as like a 4-man media crew and not just a podcast.
Yeah,
So
we're really
it's gonna be
branching
really
out.
fun, yeah.
Yeah, we're-
Podcast.
We're Return of the Living show or some shit. I don't even know, but that's Larry. And thanks for listening. You guys have a good
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.